Samson, the piranha who went to dinner. Samson was a rather adventurous fellow. While other piranhas stayed close to home, he wanted to explore far and wide, and while they stuck to the same old routine, Samson liked to get out and try new things. "Excuse me, would you like to play a game of tennis?" "No." "How about a trip upstream?" "No." Most of all, Samson dreamed of eating the food at the fanciest restaurants. But while he drooled at the thought of luscious lily linguine and crispy kelp cakes, the other piranhas ate the same boring food, day after day. So every day Samson ate alone, until one morning he saw something he thought might change their minds. Fishy times, fancy restaurants, open today. Fancy restaurants, opening today? Perhaps you gents might care to join me for a... No way, not for me. Silly Samson, a restaurant is no place for a piranha. Perhaps they were right. With their fearsome features and terrible teeth, piranhas weren't really welcome anywhere, let alone in fancy restaurants. But he had to try, so Samson set off alone, and soon arrived at the first restaurant. He smiled his friendliest smile and approached the waiter. "Excuse me, sir, I was wondering if I may..." "Salty mother of mackerel! Piranha!" His friends were right. He couldn't get into a restaurant looking like a piranha. But maybe he could get in looking like something else. He would need a disguise. Samson checked his mustache and fluffed his eyebrows. He could almost taste the luscious lily linguine and the sizzling seaweed sausages. "Pardon me, but I believe you have a reservation for Samson P. Rana?" "Let me see." "Of course, Mr. Rana, right this way, please." Samson peered eagerly into the restaurant, and when he saw the plates piled high with crispy kelp cakes and duckweed sauce, he couldn't help but smile a large, very piranha-like smile. "Scaly Neptune's crab cakes! Piranha!" Samson's smile disappeared as fast as the fish in the restaurant. He couldn't get into a restaurant and he didn't fit in at home. Samson felt more alone than ever. There was only one more restaurant, one more chance for a fancy meal. This time he would make sure his costume was perfect. "This is it," thought Samson. He nervously swam up to the final restaurant. "Excuse me, my name is Mr. Rana and I have a reservation for this evening." "Ah, Monsieur Rana, of course. Right this way, please." "Would you like to sample some creamy crab souffle or perhaps some crispy kelp cakes?" Samson's mouth watered. Had he finally made it? "Please, sir, allow me to take your hat." Samson couldn't believe it. His dream was about to come true. But just then, "For the love of smoky sea bass! Piranha!" But this time, as fish scattered this way and that, taking their delicious kelp cakes and souffle with them, Samson realized He wasn't the only fearsome fish who wanted to dine out on fancy food, and with his new friends came a new idea. They would open their own fancy restaurant, one where the food was so good that this time it wasn't Samson wearing a disguise.